Welcome everyone to this slow week 4 here in college football on the weekly college football pre-snap. I'm Will Warner. I'm giving you the updates on all the games coming around the country this morning, top 5 teams and in-state games. This week is going to be a little unimpressive when it comes to games. No really ranked teams are playing. We have three teams that are ranked that aren't playing, and it's just going to be one of those days where people just have one of those games where they invite a cupcake team in and beat the snot out of them. Let's start with the number 1 team in the nation. They're in action today, Alabama. They're going to play Colorado State. The Rams, not a very good team. They lost to Tulsa, who lost to Bowling Green, as you may have heard in their first game of the season regarding their Conference USA schedule. So I don't think Colorado State's going to put up much of a fight for the Tide. I think the Tide will roll in this one and predict them to have a big game. When it comes to Oregon, the number 2 team in the nation, they are off this week. They do not play, as do many teams. Number 3, Clemson, they already played, so they don't play today. They played on Thursday and beat NC State away from their home. They beat them 26-14. That game was close until late, and NC State kind of got one of those games where a few plays this way, a few plays that way, and they would have been right in it. But Clemson won that game. That's the bottom line, and they stay undefeated. Number 4 team in the nation, Ohio State, they play Florida A&M. Florida A&M, great marching band, but that's the only reason anybody's going to show up to the Horseshoe today. Ohio State will just troll right over them. They'll tromp them all the way down back to Florida. This game won't even be close. I predict Ohio State to win this by 35-plus points. Then it comes to number 5 team in the nation, Stanford. They are the game of the week. I know that's kind of something that you don't really expect when you're playing Arizona State and it's a conference matchup. But no other ranked teams are playing each other. It's a ranked team versus a cupcake team. That's all this week is. This is the last week before conference play really begins for anybody, so they're trying to get a confidence booster before they start their interleague play. But Stanford takes on a number 23 ranked Arizona State team that I think is better than people think. They have a great offense. Their defense is nothing to laugh about. And yes, Stanford has a good defense and a good quarterback, and they're supposed to win this game, and I think they will. But just watch out. This game will be closer than you think. When it comes to in-state games here in Oklahoma, all the teams are off. Tulsa's off, OU is off, and OSU is off. So nothing going on here at home for me. I'll be watching the Stanford-Arizona State game. I'll be keeping up with the Kansas State-Texas game. And that is my upset pick of the week. Kansas State over Texas. Is that really an upset when you think about it? Both teams have bad losses. But when you say Kansas State losing to North Dakota State, who game day is at their campus in Fargo, I don't know. Mac Brown's on the hot seat. The Longhorns don't look like they should. When you have the recruiting availability that the Longhorns have, combined with the coaching that Mac Brown supposedly has, I don't see why you're 1-2 right now if you're a Longhorn. Regardless, I don't think it just ends up well for Texas at all. I think they lose this game. I don't think it's an upset pick if Kansas State beats them. The only reason I say that is because you lose to an FCS school, and that's not very common. That makes your team not look very good. They've won all the rest of their games. They're 2-1. Texas is 1-2. If Texas falls to 1-3, expect Mac Brown's seat to get warmed up a little bit more. But not really a lot of exciting matchups today. But keep an eye on that Stanford game. If Stanford loses, don't be surprised, because I think the game will be close all the way through. Arizona State, not a bad team. That'll wrap it up. This was a short episode. There's not much going on this week, but wait until next week. I was off last week doing some stuff. I'll be back again this next week, though. Don't worry about it. Nothing big. So, remember, keep your stick on the ice and get ready to watch some college football. Enjoy the day, everybody.